Today's topic is electricity is not a commodity. Electricity is an essential service, and electricity should be provided to common consumers at affordable rates. That is the main topic. And in our opinion, electricity is an essential service. It is not a commodity. And under the government sector, under the public sector only, because public sector and government sector is not taking any profit. Not to talk about undue profit, government sector is not taking any profit. So electricity can be supplied to common consumers at affordable rates in public sector only, in government sector only. Now coming to the current scenario. The current scenario is that since union territories are directly under the control of central government. So central government has declared during the pandemic in May 2020 that power departments of all the union territories will be privatized. Their date was to privatize by 31st of December 2020. But now it is February 2022. This is because of the resistance put up by the power employees in different union territories. But today's situation is very, very unfortunate. Coming to the union territories one by one, Delhi, Puducherry, and Jammu Kashmir. There are only 3 union territories which have public representatives. That means which have the assembly, elected assembly. Unfortunately, today in Jammu and Kashmir, assembly is under suspension. And in Jammu and Kashmir, there is no assembly. So except for Delhi and Puducherry, all union territories are being administered by the IAS officers directly from the central government. As far as Delhi is concerned, electricity was privatized in Delhi 20 years back in 2002. So there is no issue of privatization of power distribution in Delhi. Puducherry, I was in Puducherry in the beginning of this month. Puducherry is a case. Last year, when there was a different government in Puducherry, a UPA government, that government passed a resolution, and resolution was passed unanimously by the State Assembly of Puducherry, which included all the parties, DMK, Anna DMK, Congress, and some other regional parties are independent members. The resolution was passed unanimously that Puducherry Assembly opposes the privatization move of the power department in Puducherry. But after the change of the government in May 2021, again, there is a pressure from the central government to privatize the power department of Puducherry. Puducherry power department, as far as norms set by the central government are concerned, Ministry of Power are concerned, Puducherry power department is running in a very good manner. Their losses are something about 11.2%. Ministry of Power has set up the norms of 15%. So the AT&C losses of the Puducherry are below the standard set by the Ministry of Power. Then Puducherry Power Department is running in profit also. On the book, they can say that there is some loss, a very little loss, but actually there is no loss. My friend Tani Goyelu, who is General Secretary of Power Engineers Association at Puducherry, he is with us in this discussion. I leave detailed discussion for him because he will be telling much more about the power department of Puducherry. But government departments are not paying their dues of the electricity revenue, and government is not assisting the power department. So because of this only, on book you can say that Puducherry power department is lost, but actually Puducherry power department is not in loss. Consumers are also more or less happy. Then coming to the politicians, after 2 days strike, Chief Minister called us at Puducherry for the discussions, So all the opposition parties were also supporting the power implies. Their leaders came in the demonstration of the strike demonstration of the power implies also, and they openly supported the power implies. When I was talking with the chief minister, it was very interesting to note that chief minister was interested in what happened at Varanasi, in what happened at Jammu and Kashmir, in both the states, UP and Jammu and Kashmir. What was the agreement? How privatization proposal was withdrawn, and why government withdrew the privatization proposal. Regarding Varanasi, he was more interested because we all know that Varanasi is a parliamentary constituency of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. I told him I can give you, just now I can give you both the agreements which were signed by the government. But UP government agreement is in Hindi. Then Power Minister of Puducherry told that yes, we have got it, and he told him in Tamil language to Chief Minister, and Chief Minister was very much surprised that Narendra Modi and Yogi Adityanath, they have to take the foot back, and they have to kneel down before the unity of the power implies in Uttar Pradesh, because Uttar Pradesh agreement is unique agreement. UP agreement says very clearly that proposal of privatization of Varanasi Discom is hereby withdrawn. It's very clear. Then further the agreement says that in future also no privatization in power sector of Uttar Pradesh will be done without taking power employees and engineers into confidence. And power employees or engineers will never say that power sector of UP should be privatized. So that agreement is very unique agreement, October 6, 2020. So I told him, briefed him about the UP struggle and UP development. Then Jammu Kashmir agreement was also shown to him, to Chief Minister. After that, Chief Minister talked with the Power Minister, and Power Minister publicly announced, when we came outside although Chief Minister said, I told him that you are the only elected representative in Union territories. So you have got the confidence of the common masses. So you can tell to the central government that this privatization proposal should be withdrawn. And public of the Puducherry is against the privatization. Then Chief Minister smiled and he said, you are correct, but we have no power. And central government is insisting, and there is a lot of pressure from the central government to privatize the Puducherry department. But anyhow, we were able to convince him. And when we came out, Power Minister held a press conference. He was briefing the press persons. About more than 100 press persons were there, and he called me, and he said that you come with me. Although he was speaking in Tamil, but my friend Tani Goelu is here with us in this online meeting. He will tell more. Power Minister openly said what we were telling, that without taking the opinion of the electricity employees, without taking the opinion of all the stakeholders, privatization will not be done. And he openly said that the Puducherry government will write a letter to the central government to review the decision of the privatization of Puducherry. This all came in the local media and national media. Since Tani Goelu is with us, he will be telling more. Then coming to the next union territory, Dadra, Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. Dadra, Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu is a bowl of profit, full of money. Dadra, Nagar Haveli is a highly industrialized area, and the AT&C losses are only 3.2%. 3.2% means comparable with any European country or America. So with 3.2%, it's full of profit. This Dadra, Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. But they decided to hand it over to Torrent Power Company. And there is one, my friend, Ramesh at Daman. I got his contact number. He's an activist, and he went to Bombay High Court. Bombay High Court stayed the decision of the privatization, but the stay of the Bombay High Court was vacated by the Supreme Court of India. So now Union Cabinet in January 2022 has decided to has finalized the privatization process and has decided that this Dadra Nagar Haveli Daman and Diu should be handed over to torrent power. So this is another example of privatizing the profits. Then coming to Jammu and Kashmir, Sachin Tikku is here, and I think in one past deliberation, Sachin Tikku has talked in detail about the Jammu Kashmir. So I will not be taking much of your time, but Jammu and Kashmir is also a distinct example in case, because Jammu and Kashmir is a different type of state, Jammu and Kashmir, and silence of the Jammu and Kashmir, which could not be broken after the withdrawal of the Article 370. Power implies, and hats off to power implies and engineers of Jammu and Kashmir, that they dared and they showed their unity and strength. And ultimately, the administrators of the Jammu and Kashmir and MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs, they have to come down on the negotiation table, and the proposal of forming joint venture company of the Jammu Kashmir Transmission Company with the Power Grid Corporation of India, it has been put on hold. Put on hold means it has gone in the cold storage as far as today's scenario is concerned. Government is not taking any further decision, and if government will take any further decision, Jammu and Kashmir power implies and engineers, they have shown their unity, and I am fully confident that they will again come on the roads and they will show their unity and they will get the success. But definitely, this was a very difficult case. I am going in all the states, but I have not seen such a scenario. In Jammu and Kashmir, on the negotiation, we have to participate in negotiation with the police officers. So additional DG police was sitting in the negotiation. This is something very strange for other states. It was something very strange for me also. But whatever is there, we succeeded in Jammu and Kashmir. Now coming to the Chandigarh, Chandigarh is the most hot topic before us, because today is 20th February, and after 2 days, from 00 hours of 22nd February, all the power employees of Chandigarh are going for 3 days strike. And the notice of the Chandigarh Union Territory Power Employees Union says that if there is no positive outcome after the 3 days strike, then Jammu and Kashmir, Union Territory Chandigarh Power Employees may proceed on indefinite strike. This strike may be converted into indefinite strike also, and they are fully prepared for it. I will show some. Gopal Datta Joshi is also, my friend Gopal Datta Joshi is also with us, and since Gopal Datta Joshi is here, he will be telling much more. But the topic of today's discussion is electricity is not a commodity. Electricity is an essential service, and electricity should be provided to consumers at affordable rates. Chandigarh is best example of it. It's a model case for us. Chandigarh is turnover of the Chandigarh Power Department is more than rupees 1,000 crores. And this turnover is when for the last 5 years, there is no tariff hike in Chandigarh. There is no tariff hike for the last 5 years. So this is a consumer-friendly model. Chandigarh is a consumer-friendly model. Losses are in single digit. Government of India has set the parameter of 15%, and losses in Chandigarh are 9.2%. So losses of the Chandigarh are in single digit. Chandigarh turnover is more than 1,000 crores. Last year's profit is 257 crores, and the reserve price of Chandigarh was fixed only 175 crores. I repeat, the reserve price for selling the Chandigarh Power Department was fixed by the central government only 175 crores, and the profit of 1 year is more than that. Profit of 1 year is 257 crores. Not only this, assets of the Chandigarh Power Department are worth 20,000 to 25,000 crores. Assets of 20,000 to 25,000 crores will be handed over to Goenka company. They have formed a registered a local company with the new name, Eminent Power Company. So they want to hand the Chandigarh over to Eminent Power Company, and date is fixed as 24th of March next month. They want to hand over the worth assets of the worth rupees 25,000 crore to a private company at a meager amount of 871 crore only. Not only this, the whole land of the Chandigarh Power Department, the whole land, offices are there, substations are there, lot of land, and no evaluation has been done of the land. The whole land will be handed over to the private company at on lease at INR 1 only. 1 रुपए में हैंड ओवर करने जा रहे हैं चंडीगढ़ के पूरे चंडीगढ़ की जमीन। 1 रुपए में चंडीगढ़ में कहीं कोई किसी को पैर रखने की भी जमीन नहीं दे सकता। एंड व्हाट आर द डाटा? चंडीगढ़ इज कैपिटल ऑफ हरियाणा आल्सो, चंडीगढ़ इज कैपिटल ऑफ पंजाब आल्सो, and the tariff of Chandigarh for the domestic consumer, for all category of consumer, is less than Haryana, is less than Punjab. I will tell you from 0 to 300 units, the tariff of Chandigarh is for the domestic consumers rupees 2.50 per unit. From 301 to 800 units, it is rupees 4.25 per unit. 800 units and above, it is rupees 4.65 per unit. I think this tariff is probably sorry, the lowest tariff amongst all the neighboring states, or among all the states of the northern region. So these examples of privatizing the union territory, this is the unique example of privatizing the profits. And one thing I want to convey to all of my friends, that whatever is happening in union territories today will happen tomorrow in the states, particularly in BJP ruled states. It is going to happen tomorrow in BJP ruled states, whatever is going on in union territories today. आज अगर पांडिचेरी का, आज अगर चंडीगढ़ का निजीकरण हो रहा है, तो इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि पुडुचेरी और चंडीगढ़ केंद्र सरकार के सीधे कंट्रोल में हैं। तो राज्यों के चुनाव हो रहे हैं, असेंबली इलेक्शंस आर गोइंग ऑन इन 5 स्टेट्स। आफ्टर द असेंबली इलेक्शंस आर ओवर, and it will depend on the outcome of the assembly elections also, particularly in Uttar Pradesh. What is the outcome of the assembly elections? This will depend upon this, and this privatization spree of the central government, if they win in these states, then this privatization spree, privatizing the profits, will be accelerated. There are no two opinions on this subject. We all are aware of it, and through this forum, I want to convey to all of my friends that I, along with the Shiv Gopal Mishra ji, Shiv Gopal Mishra is General Secretary of All India Railwaymen's Federation. That is the biggest union in the country, because railway is the biggest employer, and about 12 lakh 1.2 million employees are working in Indian Railways. So along with him, every day I am holding some meetings in the pockets in Lucknow and other places, and we are convincing the employees and uh, uh, other sections of the society, that pro-privatization government, they should be defeated. Pro-privatization government is not acceptable to us. So I have a meeting at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, I have to move, because at 7:30 I have to reach somewhere. Shri Gopal Mishra ji also will be with me. Then my friend Pratap Reddy has also joined. I was at Vijayawada also last month. There is one SDSTPS thermal power station at Andhra Pradesh, and they have decided to hand it over to the to some private company for 25 years. For 25 years. What is the reason? They say that variable tariff of SDSTPS thermal power station is rupees 3.14, and some private company variable tariff is rupees 2.34. Therefore, they wanted to hand it over to the private company. I will show some examples of Uttar Pradesh. In UP, I can show that in public sector, the generating station in UP Genco, which are near to the coal mines, which are at pit head of the coal mines, their variable cost is less than the variable cost of Bajaj private company, which is at Lalitpur. Their cost is less than the Roja Reliance Thermal, which is at Roja Shahjahanpur. So why government is not taking a decision that Shahjahanpur Roja thermal power station and Lalitpur Bajaj thermal power station should be handed over to the government Genco? This is all shameful activity, and we all are solidly standing with the power employees and engineers of Andhra Pradesh. Since Pratap Reddy is here, so he will be telling much more about these things. Sanjay Thakur has also joined. Recently, there is a news, and news comes whenever there is cooking something. There is a news in Maharashtra that 16 cities, Maharashtra government is planning to hand the 16 cities to urban distribution franchisee to some private houses. And I salute Maharashtra power employees and engineers that they have already taken a decision for the indefinite strike, and a massive march is being organized at Mumbai. My full support to Maharashtra power engineers, full support to all the power employees across the country, anywhere. And I have full faith that just like Uttar Pradesh, just like Jammu and Kashmir, just like Puducherry, Maharashtra power employees and engineers, they will also succeed. They will win. उनकी विजय होगी, उनकी शक्ति को मैं जानता हूं, उनकी एकता को मैं जानता हूं. I know their unity and their strength. So all my friends are here. From Maharashtra, Sanjay Thakur is here. From Jammu and Kashmir, Sachin Tikku is here. From Andhra Pradesh, Pratap Reddy is here. From Puducherry, Tani Goylu is here. And the most important, from Chandigarh, Gopal Datta Joshi is here. And I think Subhash Lamba has also joined. So they will be telling much more. So friends, with these words, I want to complete, because after 7 o'clock, I will have to leave. Thank you very much, Dr. Maithus. मैं हिंदी में केवल एक बात कह के अपनी बात समाप्त करूंगा. जो लोग हिंदी हमारे साथी समझते हैं कि वी कैन अचीव एनीथिंग, और एक दुष्यंत कुमार की दो पंक्तियां हैं. कौन कहता है कि आसमान में सुराख नहीं हो सकता? कौन कहता है कि आसमान में सुराख नहीं हो सकता? एक पत्थर तो प्यार से उछालो यार. तो वी हैव टू शो आवर यूनिटी, and if we show our unity, we will win. With these words, thank you. Inqilab Zindabad, Inqilab Zindabad.